This is our red osier dogwood. We got this out of a field many years ago when it was just a baby, and it has grown and it would continue to grow and be really wild. So we do hack it back pretty aggressively most years, and this is already a task that we've done in the garden when it was really nice outside. And then the pile of branches sat because it got cold really quick and for maybe another week. So today we tackled that. Our pile is diminishing rapidly, but there's lots of little perennials growing in the pile, so we're being careful. But big branches like this one we're keeping for stakes, and even bigger ones like these guys we're keeping, I don't know, maybe to make teepees or some other kind of support, but they'll be used for something. Good?
It'll do.
I'm also happy to report the kale and greens that have been covered up and under a sheet for the last few days have done really well. The kale is just fine, and so are the greens. This guy is a little worse for wear, but he'll be okay. These 6 plants here were uncovered, and as you can see, the kale is just fine. So very hardy, no problem. And the black-seeded Simpson lettuce and butter crunch is looking a little worse for wear, but it has survived the cold and the snow, so that's great. So here's my end product. I have a pile of dogwood canes that will work really well. These will be really good supports for pea plants, and I can also use them to make teepees to grow beans on, or other climbers that aren't going to be really heavy. So a great example of how you can repurpose and rework some natural materials in your yard. As you're doing your yard cleanup this spring, think about whether those materials can be reused in some way in your garden, rather than just throwing things into the yard waste bags or out on the curb. Because we have limited access to certain items that normally we would just go to a hardware store for, think about whether you could reuse those items in your garden too.